You guys are dancing.
I just did.
Feels that way, doesn't it?
Some days we're always dancing.
Oh man, I wish this was black. Could have done this move and just blended
Oh,
it
it's.
in.
So
Blended in with it.
did you take like shape flux or something and put it on there?
Apparently, I know how to reverse applique.
Very cool.
Good morning.
Good morning. You have come to the best place in Palm Coast this morning.
That's right. Not only in Palm Coast.
Well, you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
There's a sign as you come into the parking lot that says Comedy Club on it. It doesn't tell you where it is.
It's right here, folks.
So
We're going.
this was it.
No, that's Christy B's. It's awesome. It's across the parking lot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she's really cool. I have comedy clubs. Like, have you ever been to a comedy club?
Not for
It's fine. Nobody's on yet.
So I love live comedy, but it's like anything live. I'm always so nervous because if it's not good, I hate awkward situations for them. So I can't get out of my head. I'm just like, please be funny, please be funny. And then like, I don't know, I don't get in the moment because I'm so stuck in my head.
Well, there is that truth because if you're watching the comedy stuff online, at least you can turn it off.
Like, ooh, no,
I need to stand up.
no, that's got to be the hardest gig on the planet. Stand up and make people laugh for however long. But no, it's
We
really
do it
cool.
every Monday.
Yeah,
Yes, here we are.
but I don't
Cut
claim
up
to
in
be
some
a
comedy club right here.
They actually have a comedy class. I just found. I was like, well, that would be fun.
Oh.
Start doing
Try and make yourself
Monday morning
funny.
stand up here at Cut Up and Stand Up.
Ask her if she'll give us some class and
Some help.
some help.
Good morning, Janice. Good morning, Cindy. Good morning, Louise. Good morning, Jill. Good morning, Cut Up and Sew crew. Good morning, Martha. Monday. It's a great Monday for a couple reasons.
Okay, yes, tell us because Monday is always good. I love Mondays, always have. But tell me why this one is special.
Couple reasons. A, hearts. I see you guys already doing it. And thumbs up. Share with a friend. Does wonders for us. A, Maria's coming back.
Woo!
Woo, woo. And my family's coming back.
Woo!
So
Really?
it's a big day.
They'll be back today.
Well, at like 10:30 tonight.
Uh-huh.
They're actually in Frankfurt right now. I was just talking to her. So halfway there.
Is that amazing? Just that. See, you're not old enough to really appreciate the fact that you can talk to Frankfurt and hear them like they were standing next to you
Literally just on the phone, FaceTime, I know.
and see them exactly.
Yeah, speaking of people traveling, good morning, Cassie. Sorry about your little hiccup. Hopefully she's got some delays going on. Hopefully you get that all figured out.
Is she flying somewhere?
Make the best of it, you know what I mean?
That's right.
Have a cocktail at the airport.
Or two.
Or two. Good morning, Linda. Speaking of the devil, there's Gal Shan right there.
There she is. She's hungering.
Tell Casper we said hello. Everybody's excited for you to come back, not just me.
Yes.
Truthfully. Good morning, Mary. Hi. Flights are being canceled and delayed. Grr.
Why?
Some weird Microsoft thing.
Again?
Yeah.
It wasn't cleared up yet.
Shame on me. I don't really watch the news, and so I see little tidbits, but then I don't get the full story. So I text my buddy Eric. I'm like, hey, what's happening in the world that I need to know about?
He lets you know.
Yeah.
I have a friend like that.
Still home working it out. Oh, okay. You're still home. Yeah, you can still have a cocktail, I guess. It's a little early, but you know what I mean.
It's 5 o'clock. So
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Bonnie is on YouTube. Says hello.
Good morning, Bonnie. All right. Looking forward to seeing you, Shan. Yeah. Everybody is. Yeah. So now you probably won't see her for the week. If you guys remember when I came back,
Took a few days.
it took way longer than I remembered. I mean, it took me about a week
It's
Mhm.
to get back. So anyway, exciting day. Good morning, Denise. Yep, and Maria's back here in the shop.
I have been looking for Maria. If you're watching it all or whatever, I have been looking for you for 3 weeks now. So I'm so glad you're coming in. Jan, I feel the same way, but Maria.
Yeah, Maria's here and stuff. Good morning, Cheryl. A lot of people have, so there's a handful of things that we don't have to do anymore. We'll go back. I guess it was payback though, because I was gone.
Yes.
It's like, I gotta do this and this and this, because it's Josh work,
Mhm.
and then I had to do Maria work.
Mhm.
So, all right. Good morning, Nancy. Well, let's rock. Where do we start? Where's my sticky notes?
You got a lot of stuff.
I know. I went solo on Saturday, and this was sitting here the entire time, and I didn't even mention it. Because 45 minutes, I was like, there's no way I'm going to talk for 45 minutes. I talked for 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Do not forget.
It's totally possible.
I know. I'm my kid. I should know myself, right? Janome giveaway. Another Janome giveaway. So you got to come into the shop. Behind my finger, there's a QR code. All you have to do is scan that with your phone, hover over it, little thing pops up, you click it, you put in your information, and you get a chance to win this Loft 100. It's a sweet new machine, new-ish machine from Janome, 100 stitches, fantastic classroom machine, and it's free. So
if you win it.
If you win, well, right.
And we've had winners.
And we have had winners. Winner.
Yeah.
Winner. Sam. Always wins. And you have it's till the end of the month. So do not forget, next time you're in the shop, make sure you sign up for that. Because we want to get another winner here at Cut Up and Sew. Before I talk about this, Project Linus is Saturday. Good morning, Nina. Nina Clotfelter, your classes, I haven't looked in a little while, but they're filling up. So we're excited. Nina, we'll have you on like we did before some point in the future to get people excited. Not that they're already excited, but get them even more excited. So if you haven't had a chance or you weren't able to take a class with Nina when she was in town, do so this time in October.
So will you be at the September quilt show in Jacksonville?
No, I doubt it. I don't want to speak for her, but I know she's going to Houston in October.
Right after us.
She stays busy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
sure she does.
Nina does a lot of virtual classes, which is really cool too. So hey, by the way, Nina Quilts is her website. Woohoo! Yeah. No. Okay. So no.
Okay. That's too bad.
It is too bad.
Because I know that when I met you were at the show in Daytona.
She was at Daytona with Wonderful. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, Wonderful.
And it was meeting you that made me want to take the class.
That's right.
So it's just
You
felt
didn't
like
scare
you were
her
my
away,
best
Nina.
friend.
Good job. Okay, so before we jump into this stuff, this Saturday, good morning, Rosalind, is Project Linus. I know a lot of people thought it was last Saturday for some reason. You didn't show up, so I guess you got the memo. But this Saturday, the 27th, from 10 to 3, we're doing our Sewing for Charity party. Bring yourself and a sewing machine. That's it. And if you don't have a sewing machine that you can easily transport, we got some for you. Also, our scissor sharpener is going to be there, and Toe Beans coffee. So hang out, sew for some good. Yeah, Vanessa, were you here for the demo day when she had her coffee bar inside the shop?
No.
Oh, it was awesome.
Oh, cool.
Great coffee. But she also, for those that aren't coffee drinkers, I needed to ask her, darn it. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like a healthy energy drink alternative. And it tastes like the one I got was like key lime pie. It was incredible. But she actually has a mobile coffee truck. So she's going to park that out front. Now that I say out front, because now when you come into our classroom, you park out front. You don't have to. I mean, you can park back here and walk through. It's not far. But if you have your machine, it's easier.
I've been hearing good things about your classroom too.
Yeah.
So
it's our classroom, Joann. You teach in there quite a bit.
Our classroom is really coming along.
It is. Good morning, Pat. Good morning, Sam. Good morning, Katie. So yeah, scissor sharpener, 10 to 3. He will sharpen everything except saws. And well, I mentioned this on Saturday because we kept saying no yard tools. If there is a pair of snippets that you have just been waiting to get sharpened, he said he can work you in. What has happened is that people bring in more yard tools than scissors. And then he's like, the point is I'm trying to get to my sewers, my scissors, the knives, the pinking shears. So he wanted to make sure that the yard tools he doesn't get too many of them. But honestly, he's not going to turn you away. That was the idea. But definitely bring in your scissors, your pinking shears, and your knives.
And that's the day that coffee's here.
It is the day that coffee's here. So you can get a coffee, hang out with us, sew for some good. If you don't want to sew, we can put you to work doing some cutting, ironing, stacking, whatever. We'll stick you out front in a blow-up costume and make you flag people down.
One of those unicorn costumes.
That'd be awesome, right?
So be careful. If you don't have a job, you might become a unicorn.
That's right. Who wouldn't want to be a unicorn?
I'd rather be a mermaid.
Fair enough. Good morning, Louise. Thank you. Yeah, it is so much more light in there. It just feels more open, and it's great. I'm super happy with the change. Cassie, good morning, Tris. Cassie, the sharpener guy charges different things for different items. We have a price list,
I can
I
post on
think.
Facebook. I thought we did before.
He might have changed. No, I think
You got the little, I have the little card.
we can get it to you and we can post it.
Mhm.
Is that cool?
Mhm.
All right, cool. Good morning, Sam. Good morning, Deb. So Cassie will let you know, but it's basically, pinking shears are a little bit more than just a standard pair of scissors, that sort of thing. And if you can't come to the charity sew party, feel free to bring your scissors or whatever earlier, and we'll just bag them.
And get some coffee.
Just not here. Other than Saturday, we won't have coffee unless you are okay with a Keurig.
Oh.
We'll make you a cup of coffee in the kitchen there.
Mhm.
Good morning, Deb. I hope your coffee girl will be there when I'm teaching there. I'd love to try that healthy energy drink and love a good coffee.
That's it. That we
can make it happen.
Make it happen.
Vanessa's awesome. She's local. I mean, I see her getting more and more active, and she's got more gigs. But I mean, if I go far enough, if we book her far enough out, then sure, we can bring her all the time. She'd love to come. I mean, hey, if you guys are going to buy coffee, she'll bring the coffee. Yeah, for sure.
That'd be fun to do that with me in class.
It would be fun. Good morning, Judy. We had an awesome teachers class, by the way. I won't get into it too much, but thank you to all the teachers that did come. And I mean, the amount of teachers that we have is just awesome. I love that we can offer so many different types of classes from so many different teachers, because we even talked about it a bazillion times. You learn something different from every single class, from every teacher. Everybody's got something to give you. So I love that we can be so versatile. That's awesome.
And I think one of the things I really like is because there's so many different teachers, and quilting is one of those things that there's a lot of ways of doing any given thing. And so when you have different teachers, if you take a class from me and something's not working, maybe another teacher will teach you a way of doing the same thing in a better way that works better for you. So there's, it gives you lots of options.
Absolutely. And everybody learns different,
Right.
So
Exactly.
different paces, different things click. And so absolutely.
Lavina's
awesome.
on YouTube.
Hey, Lavina on YouTube. Lavina, I don't see you on here too much. Welcome. I love it. A lot of people, well, fair enough, but a lot of people will watch afterwards. So we appreciate it. That is still equally awesome. But we love the interaction, because we'll have some questions here in a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to take too long again. Project Linus this Saturday. Don't forget. Community Cats, we're still doing the drive this month and all of next month. Bring in kitty food, all the good stuff, and your quilts so that they can auction them off, sell them, and make some money for all those kitty bills.
Yeah.
And I think they're having another adoption event party this weekend. There was one Saturday. I didn't get to go over there, but I think they're having another one. So it's a local organization, and we love supporting local. They're across the parking lot, literally. One kid's class left. I talked about it on Saturday. I'm going to keep reminding you. It's the zipper bag on Friday.
Thursday.
Never Friday. I'm so sorry. You're teaching a kids class. You didn't know.
What, Joann?
Parkway.
This Thursday, it's a zipper bag class. So if you got any kiddos that you're trying to get in last minute before they go back to school, that's the last one that is actually open.
And just remember that zippers are easy to do as long as you know how to do it. And there'll be somebody there to help them, and it's overcoming fear.
Absolutely. Teach them young. Then when they come in, they're not scared of zippers. So many people, myself included, are like, I don't know, it's got a zipper on it.
I don't want to do that.
Okay, so Christmas in July and backs are back. That's what I wrote. So let's see here. Backs are back. So, I'll just go ahead and say it. Christmas in July is still going on. I'm wearing red. It's fairly festive, but did you guys notice? Hello. Look at all the amazing things you can do with this panel.
This is incredible.
Actually, with this running yardage, it's not a panel. This is a quilt that Tony designed and did, which is really awesome. What's that?
I'll have the pattern ready this week.
And she created the pattern. She'll have it ready. It's fantastic. You got to see it in person. But this fabric is killer. And I don't quilt, and I was like, how can I showcase some of this fabric? I'm not going to make shirts. It takes too long, and I don't really know how. I was like, I'll just cut it out and put it in the. Apparently, it's reverse applique. Tony informed me. So, Like I didn't know that.
So you need like a sign, like lettering on there somewhere that says whatever.
Fabric available. I should water it.
That's right, with a sticker.
I hadn't really considered that, but I was thinking more along the lines of a city that you were not fond of.
Oh, that's a good point. Good morning, Susie. Judy, you made a good point. It's probably mom with zipper fear. Kids fear nothing. That is so true.
That's very
They're
true.
fearless,
Mhm.
which is why getting them started young and then just giving them those skills
Mhm.
because they're not afraid to tackle anything. That's such a good point.
That's right. Absolutely.
So Christmas in July, 15% off of all Christmas fabric, including the nice new panels that we got. We have 20% off of samples, and they're not here anymore, but they're over there, which would make great Christmas gifts. And then up to 40% off of all floor models. And you guys have really taken advantage of that, so kudos. But we still got a good amount left, I got to say. There's still plenty, for you guys to come in. And I think there's even a couple that if I sell one, technically I take that one, put it on the floor, and then that's now a floor model. So remember, floor models have full manufacturer warranty. These are not pre-loved used machines.
Yeah, I got to tell you, there's one over there that just keeps calling my name. I can see it from here, standing there saying, Joann, Joann, Joann.
And I'm going to go, you don't need it. You don't need it. Save it for somebody else. Okay, and backs are back. So we take these to the Quilt Fest, Quilt Show, Daytona Show, and we sell out every single time. So if you haven't seen these vacuums and wonder, I know I got rid of vacuums. For a while, I actually had a whole vacuum thing. These are vacuums for sewers, if that makes sense, for sewing rooms. I also have the cordless stick vac that's great for the floors because your thread doesn't get wrapped around the roller and you don't have to spend 4 hours doing this cutting, like same thing with your hair. But this is great for cleaning out your machine and your sewing area. So small little vacuum. I don't have it plugged in, unfortunately. There's no bag, so the top just literally pops off. You can empty out all the little thread eyelashes and all that good stuff. But this right here, you can see that.
Yep.
The show, right? Is basically a mini accessory toolkit that fits on the end of the hose. So this comes with like the crevice tool and the dust brush, but it's fairly large. So if you're trying to get into your bobbin area and really get out that hard to reach, clean that hard to reach spot, that's where this little toolkit really saves the day. So we've just got these back in stock and this, and when we run out, we'll continue to get them. This is something I do want to carry all the time.
I love mine. I use it all the time.
That was so funny. Your husband came in. He's like, there was something that you did on a show, and we looked the entire store, and he couldn't remember what it was. And all of a sudden, it's a vacuum. I was like, great.
Just how exciting it was to get a vacuum for Christmas, but I use it all the time.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah. Okay, hubbies, but I'm just going to put this out there because I used to be in the vac world. Don't assume and don't just go buy your wife a vacuum unless she requests it, because that is a hint that you should not be giving. And don't pick it out for her either. Same thing with sewing machines.
Bonnie has a question. Do you have a cordless vac that you can use on your machine?
Technically, yes. Because that stick vacuum does turn into a handheld and it's cordless. The only downfall, well, you know what? The crevice tool on that is not. So the only thing is to get into the little bobbin area, the crevice tool on the cordless one is not as small as this. This is really, it's perfect to get right in there.
It also has a flow. It controls the flows, the suction on that, so it's not super strong either.
And it's not too strong, right? Remember, you don't want no canned air. You don't want to blow into your bobbin area, but suction is fine.
Suction's fine.
You don't take your full size house vac that's, super powerful and just stick it in there. You may want to be careful, but these are perfect for it. And you're right. These tools do kind of restrict the air just enough to get down into little areas. And it's got a pretty long cord. I don't know. I can measure it and find out, but it's pretty long. And usually if you're sitting in your sewing area, you've got a plug somewhere.
Yeah.
So it's ideal. And they actually got smart. So by the way, the black one it's the last black one that I had. They're the exact same vacuum, but the ones that we're going to carry going forward are the white ones. Does it have a picture of it?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. It's the white one, which I think is cuter anyway.
You can put stickers on it.
You can put stickers on it. Yes, you can. Good morning, Dawn. Good morning, Shirley. Angelina from Omaha. Shirley. Let's see here. Did I miss another question? Oh, Linda just said they are awesome. So did Linda. Love that.
Yeah.
Good morning, Christy. So Bonnie, I'll show you the cordless vacuum next time you're in here, but it's actually a stick vacuum. So it's meant for doing your floors standing up, but you can also take it off and make it a handheld.
Mm-hmm.
But this one's just a little bit more compact. Yeah. So excited the backs are back. And then what else do I have on here if I can read my own writing? Oh, Shan's back special.
Oh, she gets her own special, huh?
Yeah, well, yes, of course she does. She the boss. Remember my name tag says married to the boss. So I was like, what can I do that would be fun? And since we've got all these floor model specials, and I know that there's a handful of you that we've already been talking and sitting down, I was like, I got an idea for anybody that spends over $3,000 on a machine. And I know that's a big chunk of money, but let's be honest, 80% of the machines, the full-size machines cost that much now. Anybody that purchases a $3,000 or more machine gets their choice of a second machine for free.
No way.
So, and I picked this one up because another reason, we don't talk about this little machine enough. Now, if you're buying a baby lock, you probably want a baby lock to go with it, which is absolutely fine. So you will also have the opportunity to choose from a free baby lock. But this little heavy duty thing is a hidden gem. There's nothing real fancy about it, as you can see. So I'm not going to even talk about the stitches. What I'm going to talk about is the fact, and you saw me lift this thing, and I've been working out. I'm getting pretty strong. This thing is a beast. Feel the weight of that. Don't hurt yourself, but for a little guy, it's full metal. HD means heavy duty. This thing is a tank. My technician up in Louisville, this was his favorite vacuum that we sold, and we sold 5 brands. Favorite vacuum. Favorite sewing machine that we sold, and we sold 5 brands. And the only reason is, he goes, these things don't break. They are tanks. So it's not too heavy. You can absolutely take it to a class, but if you're doing rope bowls, quilting, anything, this is the perfect machine. So I need to demo this more with people, especially if you're doing thick layers, bag makers.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And I'm going to say nice if you have a kid who's starting to sew, probably unbreakable.
can't break it.
Yeah.
I know. We should probably put these in the classroom.
It's a great.
But they cost a little bit. I mean, I don't have the price point, but anyway, it won't cost you anything because it'll be free. I just thought that was fun, and I know that there's already some people that are going to be pulling the trigger, so that's really just a free thing for you guys. So, did I miss anybody's question? Did I miss the price on the vacuum?
No, I answered it.
Oh, you answered. Yeah, the backs are $49.99. Yeah.
How much is the accessory piece?
Accessory is $23.99. But if you purchase the vacuum, we'll give you these for a little discount. We'll do a little wheeling and dealing with you guys. We usually do. I think we usually do like 15% off of this if you buy the back. Something like that. So, and Angelina, I know where you're at, and we will be happy to ship that to you. Okay, is that everybody? Did I miss anybody?
Mm-mm.
Other than good morning, Joann. Oh, that key lime. You guys went to a little tea or something. That little key lime pie mini thing that you brought was so good.
Did she give you hers?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that was so good. I had it eaten before I got home.
I was like, I'm gonna save this for dessert. I ate it halfway in my office, halfway in the car. It was like,
It was very good.
yeah, it didn't last. Okay, so that's all I got. Oh wait, what's that? I'm gonna save that to the end, actually.
Oh, what's that?
What's that?
So wait, what's that?
Oh wait, what's that? This is going to spawn a question for our Q&A because I do have questions for people about this stuff. So I'll give you the floor and zip my mouth for a moment.
Okay. Well,
Just for a moment.
I don't know whether you know this or not, but a lot of times what I talk about on Monday morning has a lot to do with what I've been doing in my sewing room for the previous week. And that's exactly where I'm starting today. So several months ago, a friend of mine asked me to make a t-shirt quilt. And against my better judgment, and in spite of the fact that I had never made one, mainly because I never wanted to make one, I said yes. So So in the last week or so, it finally got to the point where I had procrastinated literally for months. And it finally got to the point where I had to make it because there was a deadline. And so this week I made it, and I have it here to show you. It does not have a binding on it yet because the binding, the fabric, I have to get the fabric from a friend of mine, but this is the quilt. And I'll tell you, there are a bunch of ways to make a t-shirt quilt. You can make it with this sashing here that makes it look very organized and more has a more traditional look to it. You can take the blocks and just kind of put them all together. And I think the neat thing about those where they're just all put together is that it becomes kind of an I Spy quilt, so that the person that it's for is constantly seeing different things, and it's more fun. But this is
heavy.
Yeah, it's got the Mickey.
It's got this nice Mickey.
Oh, and the
that's
t-shirt.
right. It has Mickey on the back.
soft.
So anyway,
It goes like this for I'm like, oh,
that we don't have to do that
just
very long,
talking about
but just
working
for a
out.
minute. But anyway, what I realized as I'm cutting up the shirts is that they all kind of, I could get a lot of them into a 12-inch block. And I decided I wanted to offset it so that I had a small block on top and then the 12-inch, and then here the 12-inch would come up to the top, so that I would never have a piece of sashing coming straight across. It was going to offset itself. So I had to figure out, I didn't have enough t-shirt. You can put it down now. I didn't have enough t-shirt.
I want to show them the quilting on it though, because it's really cute. I don't know if the camera can pick that
It's
up.
gonna be hard to see it. Oh no, you can see it.
It's super cute.
Hearts and clouds.
I love that design.
Yes, it was fun. So anyway, so I didn't have enough t-shirts that I could put into a 6.5-inch rectangle. So I had to figure out how to fill those up. So I used my embroidery machine and did one with some embroidery on it. But then I started wondering if I could applique something on there. And could I use the t-shirt fabric to applique with? And the answer is yes. And that is the subject of this morning's.
Oops, sorry. That's cute.
So it's actually kind of nice to applique with this. If you are an applique person to begin with, or you want me to take this and put it away?
Did you want me to hold it up anymore?
No.
Okay. Well, yeah, you can drape it over there.
If you've done any applique or you know anything about it, or if you've never done any applique before, it actually works a little bit nicer than a standard cotton fabric. It turns a little bit more easily. The cleavage points in something like this, they actually turn a little bit better, and you don't get the little fraying at the top that you kind of have to deal with the cotton. So anyway, it was actually very easy to use and what to do. And what I did was I took all of the t-shirt fabrics are backed with Shape Flex, and which I thought was going to be a little heavy, and I wasn't really excited about it, but it actually has worked out pretty well. So I used the Shape Flex and I drew my design on the Shape Flex, and that's it. And Shape Flex is a woven fabric. It's cotton, I think.
You guys use it for everything. You can't keep that stuff in stock.
It's
That stuff
Embroidery.
going
Yeah.
And I do use it regularly for embroidery anyway. But anyway, so you cut your shape out exactly the size you want it. So, and I've done that I've just used a friction pen so that if I'm doing a lighter fabric like the yellow or something, I don't have to worry about that marking showing through. So you do that, you cut the shape out exactly on the line, and then you press it onto your fabric. Now, Shape Flex, if you're not familiar with it, is fusible on one side and not on the other. So you fuse it down onto the back of your t-shirt fabric just like this. And then you cut around it a little bit, maybe a quarter of an inch past the edge of your applique. And then you're just going to take a glue stick.
And Julina says, I use fray check for fraying on application.
Yeah, and you can do the fray check. There's a lot of things you can do to counteract that, but you don't have to do any of that here. So anyway, you take your glue stick and you just spread some glue around the edge of your of your piece.
I should have brought the other camera. My apologies, but
Yeah,
she's basically
forget
putting the
that.
glue around the edge.
So, and this has a little bit of a yellow look to it, which you won't see, but I have the glue right around the edge of my, of the applique piece. And then you just turn it and you glue it down. And it works usually. And I use my seam ripper frequently to turn that edge, and it makes it turn pretty nicely.
We carry these, right?
Yes.
These are the ones
Oh,
we
yeah.
started carrying. We
Mhm.
can't keep
We-
stuck. What's
yeah.
it called?
It's a sew line glue pen.
The sew line.
Yeah, the
And we
glue
have
pens are nice.
Refillables.
Mhm.
A glue pen that works. Love it.
So then now it's nicely turned very easily, and it's got some stability to it because so that it makes it easier to actually sew onto your t-shirt or whatever. So anyway, once you do that, personally I like to hand sew, and honestly I wouldn't recommend machine sewing this because in spite of the shape flex and in spite of the stabilizers, there's still some movement there. And if you hand sew it, it will, I think it's probably a little bit easier. You're not going to get any kind of movement and things shifting around to places you don't like. So anyway, I did that. I made that one block to begin with. And then I thought, oh, this is just too cute. So
Crazy.
there are hearts.
You did it like a bunch of them.
Yeah, they're all over. That's awesome.
So there are hearts all over this. So I put little
Oh.
I put little tiny hearts here. I put a bigger one here. There's more over here. I put some hearts up here. And
So you didn't. I missed it. I'm having a brain fart. I think you didn't sew this down though.
yes, I did.
And hand stitched it.
I hand stitched it all down.
Hand stitched it.
I didn't do it by machine. So there's just hearts all
But it looks
over.
awesome.
And they're just really cute, and they were fun to do. And it was just I think it made the quilt just a little bit more special. The mom came in to bring the backing for it, and she saw the quilt as it was laid out on my design wall, and she loved it, and she loved the hearts, and it was just, it was a birthday present for her daughter, and it just made it that much more special.
Oh, that's awesome.
So.
That really does have a nice look. I don't usually condone hand sewing, other than our EPP club. But yeah, that really looks nice without the.
Mhm.
That's cool.
Yeah, it turns nicely. It's
Good morning,
easy to
Tatiana.
do. And at one point it was so much fun to do. I was thinking of getting some, like flower templates out and doing little flowers. You need to stop now.
Step back.
Rabbit hole. You're
That's
going down there. That's great. So yeah, I mean, and it's easy to do. Fantastic. Any questions on that? I think that was just short, sweet, and I think a ton of people might already do it, but I mean, it
Yeah.
seems so simple and it's just a nice little touch. I
Mhm.
love it.
It's cute.
Very cool.
It was actually kind of fun doing the t-shirt quilt. It really, as I looked at these t-shirts, and I knew a little bit about the mom and I knew the daughter, and you don't only get a glimpse of the person that you're making this for, but you get for this one especially, you got a glimpse of the family and where they lived and where they traveled to and what they were involved in and who they were as a family. And it was just really fun. And it was fun being part of that process. And
Yeah, I mean, so we get people that call pretty often asking, do you do t-shirt quilts and things like that? I know Tony's done a bazillion of them, but it can be a lot of work. So it's nice when it's for somebody that you know, and you know what I mean?
And they'll appreciate it.
I've seen people, not here, but bring in. It was actually up in Louisville, and they said, well, "Okay, yeah, she'll do the t-shirt quilt for you." And they come in and they've got like a rug, part of a rug that they liked, and then the t-shirt, and then a hoodie, and then like some fur. Like I was like, "Whoa, have
yeah,
fun.
there's a
Have fun."
challenge.
Because people don't understand what
Mhm.
all is involved to make these. It's not
Mhm.
just, you don't just sew the t-shirts together.
Yeah.
It's a process. So, and it looks great. Tris said, I did kind of the same thing. I took the number off the back of the shirt and sewed it on the front. I did raw edge on the numbers.
Mhm.
Very cool.
Yeah, you can do the raw-edge. I'm not a fan of raw-edge, so I wouldn't have done that. But, you know, it is a very valid way of doing things, and lots of people like it. And actually what it did was, because not all of the shirts made it to 12 and a half inches, I was able to cut out some of the motifs on the shirt and actually turn that edge and put it on a larger piece and make that a 12 and a half inch block. So the applique thing worked really well for it.
There you go. Linda asked, what did you stabilize the t-shirts with? Did you still use the
I use the Shape Flex.
Shape Flex, or
The
some people call the
SF101.
SF101?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So the same Shape Flex that most of you have a lot of at home.
Mm-hmm.
Louise has a question.
Tell us about the minky on the back. It's soft.
What would you like to know?
It's fuzzy.
It's
Joanne's
minky.
favorite.
You
It's
can
my
cuddle with
favorite.
it.
It's the thing I always tell people about Minky is, if you're making a quilt for somebody and you're not sure they're going to like it, put Minky on the back, and there's no doubt.
And we have 90-inch.
And we've got really pretty 90-inch.
Exactly.
Minky.
And the Minky that is sold here, you know, if you have bought it or you're looking at the Minky in like Hobby Lobby or Joann's, it's fine. But the Minky that's sold here is so much easier to work with. It doesn't have the same stretch to it that a lot of Minky has. And so you're not fighting it all the time and trying, because what happens is if you're quilting on it and it gets stretched, then when you stop quilting and you take it off your frame or off of whatever your hoop or whatever you're using, it will scrunch down, and the front will kind of puff out, and because it
just does.
It just does.
No, I love that you can actually see the detail in the quilting too.
Mhm.
It's just thin enough
just
where you
beautiful.
still have that soft. It's cuddly,
Yeah.
but you can actually see the quilting. So
Yeah,
many of the thicker ones, it just gets lost. It's like
Yes.
a shag rug.
Mhm.
You just don't see the details.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the thread, you can use almost any color thread on the back because the thread sinks into the Minky.
Mhm.
And so it doesn't matter what color you use. A lot of people don't like the fact that it sheds when you cut it. There's a couple of ways around that. Honestly, this is the best one.
Just suck it up.
You just, I cut it. I've got the threads around it. I use my vacuum and they're gone. And I don't have to think
It's
about
kind of
it.
inevitable, but when you're not cutting it, it doesn't sure. Like when you're sewing, it's not
Yeah.
going everywhere. I mean,
And once you, like this one has been, as soon as I trimmed it, I did all the trimming around the edge so that it's all ready for the binding to go on it. And when you trim it, then it's gonna get the little fuzzies back. And you just take it and throw it in the dryer for about 5 minutes, and it seals off all those edges, and then you won't have any fuzzies coming back.
yeah. Tris,
We need to.
who's the brand of the Minky?
I don't remember.
Who did we order that from? Angelina, I'll let you know.
I don't remember.
It's one of the big brands. I'll find out for you, Angelina. Tris said, I want more info on how you do your shirts. I'm not sure.
That's a class.
It is a class. Yeah, but I just so that, and we can comment more. We can call you Tris. I'm just not sure if you're talking about how she stabilizes her shirt or what. So
I think that YouTube does a lot of tutorials on that, and I did it kind of not in the way most people did, mainly because the blocks were fairly large, and I didn't want to use all of my Shape Flex. But what they will normally do is they'll say, cut your Shape Flex or whatever you're using a little bit bigger than the area you want.
do you pre-wash
My Shape Flex
shirts?
shirts should all be pre-washed.
Yeah, with no
And-
stabilizer.
Oh, Tris,
Fabric softener.
Tris is talking about my shirt.
Oh, yours
Oh, that's different.
But it prompted a good question because Linda was asking, do you pre-wash? And I'm assuming you're not talking about my shirt.
right. Not only do you the t-shirts you want to pre-wash because they've all been worn, but you probably want to, in any fabric that you use, like, for the sashing and everything, you probably want to pre-wash that too, because if you don't, then that's going to shrink because it hasn't been washed yet. And this won't. So you're going to get, when it gets washed, it's going to do some weird stuff.
And I think she was asked about the Minky, is what she's saying.
And Minky, I do not pre-wash. That would be a
Because
mess.
it doesn't shrink.
It's gonna go, yeah.
Yeah, it's a polyester. It's not going to shrink.
So no to the Minky. Tris, my shirt, I literally cut out, well, in this case, the rectangle, turned my shirt inside out, sewed it on, and then turned it right side out, flipped it back out, and then literally just cut on the inside of the stitch. Now, because Tony made a good point, I did one of them and it kind of pulled because it was a cheap shirt. It was way softer than this, and you could see it puckered real bad. And so then I took some SF 101, put it on the back, and just did a zigzag, a decorative, and it looked cool too. But with this one, because it's not too stretchy, I literally just sewed it on with a straight stitch and then just cut it out. Very simple and effective. And I think it's cool. Thanks, Tris. She said it's cool.
It is good.
It's cool. I get the approval from Tris. Good. I'll keep
She's
wearing
a seamstress. Remember that.
I know. Coming from you. Yeah.
High
Praise. That's exactly right. Okay. Any more questions about the t-shirt quilt or Joann's demo? I'm glad you guys asked questions. So that's the whole point. So that's fantastic. Good morning, Joann. Okay, we've been yapping pretty long, but before we jump off, I brought these pre-cuts, to show you guys and remind you that we do carry pre-cuts here. But I am very picky, and sometimes I'm not sure what to get. And so we have, fat quarter bundles, and we have some layer cakes or 10-inch squares over there, and some... 2.5. Yeah, we have a handful of different things. We got this really cool. Let's see that. Dudley Doodle and the Sea of Love. Speaking of mermaids, these are amazing.
Yeah,
but
these are awesome. So, and the fabric in them is really cool, and it's nice that all that all that batik is well matched, and it's all, if you were to get this, even if you didn't want to make this, you could always use it somewhere else and it would be all perfectly matched and it would go together and it'd be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah.
So my question is this: a lot of people I hear, especially on shop hops, like, "Ooh, we like to get pre-cuts and we like kits." We don't seem to sell that many pre-cuts and kits unless it's a Tula bundle. And our Tula Club buys them all. But truly, so my question is this: do you guys want pre-cuts? Do you want little kits, little projects? Would you prefer, to know? I just want to buy the pattern and use my own fabric. I don't want to keep ordering things if you guys aren't interested in them. So who likes pre-cuts? Who doesn't? Who wants more quilt kits and project kits, and who doesn't? Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Did I ask that question? So if you guys would just shoot me some feedback, because that's, yeah. Now for quilt shows, it's a little bit different because it's such a different group of people, but mainly for our regulars, the people who do shop here all the time or more often, I want to make sure that we provide things for you guys. And if you don't want it, then I don't want to buy it. Because we could very easily just go ahead and open these up, put them on the fat quarter wall, and they'll sell. But you technically get a better bundle, and it's all part of the collection. So I'm just curious.
I'm stealing myself.
So
I don't go home with all this.
How do you put this up? I mean, it's awesome. The one thing that I'll say that I've heard about things like this is people go, "Ooh, that's a lot of work." And I'm like, yeah, but what isn't? I mean, challenge yourself, right? And honestly, without a pattern, and I don't normally like going, "Ooh, I like that quilt. I want to make the exact same thing," right? I'm the type of, "Ooh, that pattern's really cool. Why don't you choose your own colors?" Mm-hmm. But for this one, I think if I was going to make it, I would make that exact one. It's gorgeous. I have a lot of pre-cut. Ew.
Dance party.
I have a lot of pre-cuts, but I have a hard time using them because I don't have the matching fabric for the border. So that's where kits come in. And I get people who are shopping online. That makes sense. People who shop on our website. Your local shop may not have something to match. So it would make more sense to me to buy a kit where you have everything, binding included. Morning, Dot.
And the other thing is to remember that borders are out.
That's a good point.
The trend now is to make quilts without borders on them. So if that helps you any.
And we want to be trendy.
That's right. But borders will come back in.
So stock up.
Yeah, bell bottoms are coming back, so give it another 30 years and then borders will be back.
Won't even take that.
That won't take
that
long.
long. Yeah, it's true. So wait, borders are out, huh? So
Modern.
they're just going straight to the binding?
Mhm.
Cool. They don't even know if I noticed that.
Think of modern quilts.
Modern quilt, yeah, it's true.
There's no border.
All the little things I do, I don't put borders on
Right.
them. Ew. See, I'm trendy.
That's
Didn't even know it.
And Trish says she's not.
I'm not trendy. That's all right. We love you anyway. All right. Well, so I like my borders. Okay, fair enough.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, you guys, if you're watching this not in real time, still, please let me know. You know, just honestly, it just helps me. So just simply, I like pre-cuts. I like kits. I don't like pre-cuts. I don't like kits.
Well, what kind of pre-cuts do they like? Do you like fat quarters?
And then if you want to get specific, yeah, what type of pre-cuts do you like?
Mhm.
That would be helpful. It really would be. Okay. Checklist real fast. Janome giveaway next time you come in. Project Linus / scissor sharpening / coffee / healthy
Fun.
key lime pie drinks is on the 27th this Saturday. Please register, by the way. It'll let us know how many people. Don't forget about the kitties. Bring in something that you're to donate.
Mhm.
Last kids zipper bag class this Thursday. Christmas in July. Vacs are back. Buy a machine that's over $3,000, which in the world of sewing is not that crazy. Get a free machine, another second machine for free.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's it. And then we got a password, code word. I know. I was saving that to the very end.
Well, you have to apologize for not.
So,
saying
by the
last
way,
week.
yeah, well, we could just float over. I know. What about block of the month?
What about it?
I'm glad you still like me. Of course I do. I like the fresh look of binding. I use borders to make the quilt larger. Yeah, I get that totally. What about the block of the month? So, Joyce, I'm not sure what block of the month you're talking about or asking about. So
Maybe she wants a block of them.
Do you want a block of the month? Is that what you're asking? Because we don't have one going right now. We've talked about it, but yeah, give us some more information. We'll let you know. But
Wouldn't
so,
that be fun though? You know, just every month have a block up. Maybe you could do a kit. Maybe.
well, we talked about that having an actual block, not like a block of the month club, like an ongoing project, not a club, but a project, because that's a lot of commitment, a lot of but like a different block of the month, which we talked about at the teachers meeting. So I think that's in the works.
Good.
Morning, Becca. All right, so every time you come in and you pay with cash, most of you guys know this, you get your name on a ticket, it goes into the cash pig, and then we do a drawing for a gift card. But Tony started this thing while I was gone that if you mention the secret, super duper secret code word, because it's not that secret because we're telling you what it is, you get 2 tickets. And a lot of people have been doing this. A lot of people haven't. She does send it out on her emails. I don't think via text yet, but if you haven't opted in for texting, it's not in real time. I can't see it. Somewhere down there, text cutting crew to 85100. That's interesting. Block of the month. Okay, cool. Thanks, Denise. She said we're great. But the code word is in theory supposed to change every week. So sorry we didn't change it last week. It just stayed kitty, and those of you that had asked about it figured that out. So this week's code, is it this week, right?
Right.
This week's code word is pre-cuts. So when you come in and you pay with cash, say the word pre-cuts, and you get 2 tickets.
2 tickets.
And I say it every time, 2 chances to beat Sam. That's everybody's main goal, right?
That's the goal.
We love you, Sam. All right. Okay. You guys, I think that's it. Have an amazing day. Live to create.
And go out and create something pretty today.
Oh, look. That was good. See you guys.
Bye.
Oh,